Your home is more than just the house that you live in. It's also the neighborhood and community that you are a part of. And as you're thinking about making the move to Salem, Oregon, you may be trying to figure out which neighborhood is the best fit for you. And it could be challenging, especially moving to a new city, and especially even more if you're moving from out of state. Now, this was the biggest challenge for my wife and I. We were moving from a different state. We were moving from California to Oregon. We have visited Salem a few times, seeing family and some friends, but when we were traveling, we weren't really in the mindset of looking at neighborhoods that we'd like to live in. And so, first and foremost, we knew we wanted to be in a particular neighborhood that met the needs and just was a good fit for our family. Before we even considered looking at homes, we made sure that our priority was community and neighborhood first. And only then, after that was established, then we would be focusing on homes. Now, as a real estate agent, I love looking at homes, but even more so, and this is why I do these videos, I love helping people understand and get a better idea of the different neighborhoods and what the Salem lifestyle is like. And as you're considering this move to Salem, you may be thinking about, do you want to be close to amenities? Do you need to be close to a hospital? Is it important for you to be close to the I-5 freeway if you're traveling for work or just like to travel in general? Do you want to be close to entertainment? Do you want to be in the outskirts, closer to farmland? All of these factors play a role on the neighborhood and community that you choose when moving to Salem, Oregon. Salem is a smaller town. It's about 175,000 people. And even though Salem is a city where you can drive from one end to the other in about 30 minutes, it still has different neighborhoods that carry a different vibe, a different lifestyle. So in this video, I'm going to go over some of the larger areas that you may want to consider when moving to Salem that have a different lifestyle, different vibe, depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking to live close to the downtown area where you can take a nice stroll or a bike ride and get right into downtown, whether that's for entertainment purposes or maybe you work in one of the government offices downtown, well, we've got two neighborhoods for you. And first, we're going to start off with Bush Pasture Park, or the South Central area. This is just south of the downtown area. It is one of the more historic and older neighborhoods in Salem where you're going to find some beautiful craftsman homes, bungalow style homes, and just some really old historic architecture. Many of the streets in this neighborhood are tree-lined, filled with old oak trees, making the neighborhood kind of this historic, charming feel. And during the spring, the community and the neighborhood really pop with color because the homeowners, for some reason, this area love to plant spring flowers. You're going to find a lot of people walking around this neighborhood, walking their dogs, being out with their families and kids. Many of the streets in this neighborhood are filled with oak trees, giving this beautiful canopy and shade during the spring and summer. The community really pops with color because there's a lot of people that plant spring flowers. People are outside walking their pets or walking with their families. And it's really close to Bush Pasture Park and Let's Play Park. Both parks are great places to go, especially if you've got young kids. They got amazing playgrounds, cool paths to walk around the park, open grass fields, a rose garden, an old historic building that has a little bit of history, and they do art festivals at this park. There's baseball fields, there's a little Zen garden to walk through, and even a soapbox derby racetrack, which is really cool. They do this annually, or you can just go there with your own soapbox or whatever cars you want and race there as well. But it's a really great park. It really brings the community together, and it's right in the middle of the Bush Park neighborhood. Now, as I mentioned, this is really close to the downtown area. So if you want the downtown vibe or a little bit more buzz living in Salem, then this is going to be the neighborhood for you. You can easily commute or stroll into just a few blocks away, and you can take advantage of the charming downtown area of Salem. We're going to find some great restaurants, a little bit more upscale, and some casual eats. Some really good coffee places like Isaac's and Archives, Governor's Cup, and even more. There's great bars, there's a couple great bakeries and sweet shops. And if you like antiquing or just kind of old boutique shops to go into, we've got your fill here in Salem as well. There's also a indoor mall and a movie theater that's being revitalized, so that'll be nice for the community as well. And throughout the year, they have nice events that they put on in the downtown area, so you're really close to that as well. And the Saturday market during the spring, summer, and fall really pop and bring the neighborhood together. Actually brings everyone throughout Salem to the Saturday market. It's really close to the Capitol building, and it's a fun place to spend your morning and early afternoon, where they have local farmers and vendors and food trucks and some entertainment on Saturdays during those seasons. And it's a bonus if you work for the state government or local government. There's plenty of government offices in the downtown area, so if you do work in that area, it's a really short commute to your work. And the Cherry Blossom Festival happens right there on the quad or the grass area of the downtown area. While living in the Bush Park neighborhood, you can also take advantage of two fantastic parks that are really close by in Minto Brown Island Park and Riverfront Park. Let's start with Minto Brown Island Park. It is acres and acres of open space. It's kind of like a wildlife refuge, runs right along the Willamette River. Plenty of walking trails and biking trails that go along the river or a little bit inland, and it's very peaceful. They've got a playground there, a little barbecue and gazebo area, and you just see tons of people out there. They also have two massive off-leash open dog park areas that people take advantage of too, and we love going there. My family and my kids love going there, taking a nice stroll, taking the nature in. It's very peaceful, and it's right there kind of in the heart of the city. You also have Riverfront Park, which is adjacent to the downtown area and super close to the Bush Park area, where again you got more trails. That also runs along the Willamette River. Big playground, lots of events happen at this park. They've got an amphitheater there. They've got music in the park. They've got movies in the park during the summer. They have a splash pad, and they got a really cool old school carousel that our kids really love. They're still young enough to enjoy that. Just a really fun place that you can get to very easily from the Bush Park area. So if you're looking for a place that you can be in the downtown area or close to the downtown area, close to kind of the buzz, the life of Salem, and also being really close to nature, well, Bush Park might be the best fit for you. Now, just should let you know that they are older homes. They are a little bit on the smaller side compared to other parts of the neighborhood, but they do have great charm. But just be aware, older homes, you're not going to find new construction or newer homes in this area. Now, a lot of the homes have been remodeled inside, so they can have that a little bit more of that contemporary feel, but on the outside it has that feel. But a lot of people are attracted to that type of architecture, so this might be the good fit for you. Now, as I mentioned before, I am a local real estate agent here in Salem, Oregon. I'm Dave Fine with the Real Estate Dads at eXp Realty. My team and I love helping people move and relocate to the city of Salem and the surrounding areas. I have that experience doing it myself. I moved from out of state, and I didn't live in the Pacific Northwest, and I moved into Salem, Oregon, so I can definitely relate to what you're going through, maybe some of the challenges you're facing or some of the concerns that you may have. So definitely reach out to the contact information below, popping up or in the description, and I'll be happy to speak with you about your move and possible home purchase here in the Salem area. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Hit the like button so this video gets out to more people like yourselves that are searching to live in the Salem area. Now we're going to be talking about one of the largest areas in Salem, and that is South Salem. Now, a lot of people talk about South Salem as the general region in the southern section of Salem. There is a specific pocket neighborhood called South Salem. If you do want more information about that specific neighborhood, check out one of my other videos that go into more detail about neighborhoods explained in the Salem area. But in this video, we're going to go over the southern region of the Salem area that a lot of people consider when moving into the city of Salem. Let's find out if this is a good fit for you. Now, this is a little bit more of a suburban feel, a little bit away from the downtown area, but still really close, anywhere between 5 minutes and maybe 15-20 minutes outside of the downtown area. And this also puts you really close to a lot of amenities, especially down Commercial Street. Now, Commercial Street and Liberty Street are two streets you're going to definitely be familiar with when moving and living in Salem. Those are two main streets that run north and south through the city, and this is where you're going to find most of your amenities when you're in the southern portion of Salem. Now, this is a street where you're going to find a lot of your supermarkets like Roth's, which is a little bit on the higher end. If you're familiar with Whole Foods, it's kind of like that, just not quite to that level, but a little bit more expensive and pricier, but has usually a good bakery, a good deli, and so that's a cool place to go if you want that type of upscale shopping. They've got Trader Joe's, which is one of my favorite supermarkets. I actually travel about 20-25 minutes to get there. It's how much I love it. There's also Vaughn's. There's also a Fred Meyer and a Winco to find some of your a little bit better deals on food and some shopping. And if you want to find more of your natural foods and organic foods, they've got Life Source and Natural Grocers right there along Commercial Street, which I also frequent as well. Now, if you're looking for restaurants in South Salem, Commercial Street is going to be your main place to go. Most of it's going to be casual dining. You're going to find Mexican restaurants there. You're going to find Thai food. You're going to find gourmet burger spots and casual burger spots. You're going to find breakfast spots as well, the Pancake House. There's a new bagel shop that's opening up right there in South Salem. You're going to find pizza. Pretty much any casual foods will be along this corridor. I also forgot to mention there is a Walmart in South Salem. Actually, there's two of them. And there's a Costco. The only Costco that we have in Salem is in South Salem, so if you frequent that place, just know that you have easy access when living in the southern section of Salem. Now let's talk about some of the residential neighborhoods themselves. This is going to be a mix of kind of older homes and some newer construction in South Salem, and you can find flat streets and hillside property. So it has a little bit of something for everybody. If you like hill properties with potential views and really old growth trees, then you're going to find some good spots in the South Salem area. If you want more of a flat section, so if you're not really into hillside living, then you definitely can find flat streets in the South Salem area. And again, this all has kind of this suburban feel that is really close to amenities. There are some portions of South Salem where you do feel a little bit more away from it all compared to other places, and that would be in Sunny Slope or in the South Salem neighborhood itself. There are a few neighborhoods that if you kind of want to feel a little bit away from it all, then you may want to consider places like Sunny Slope, South Gateway, or even the specific neighborhood of South Salem. That'll give you kind of a feeling of being away from the city, but still super close to many of the amenities. There are a number of parks that people love here in South Salem. You've got Nelson Park, which is really kind of tucked away and hidden off of River Road. It's truly beautiful during the fall. The colors really pop there with all the fall foliage in that area. Cool playground. You've got Brian Johnson Park, which has a really nice walking trail, playground, basketball court right there in South Salem. You're also, again, really close to Mento Brown Island Park, which I described before for the other neighborhood, and a lot of other smaller neighborhood parks. You're also close to a lot of gyms, including Courthouse, which is a popular gym chain in the South Salem area that we're a part of, with indoor pools, racquetball courts, all the weight machines you can think of, and really cool classes. There's also some golf courses. Most of your golfing is going to be in the South Salem area. You've got South Salem Golf Club. You've got also the Creekside Golf Course, which is in the southern portion, very southern portion of South Salem. So if you're into golf, then you want to be close to the courses, then South Salem might be a good fit for you as well. You do have kind of easier access to the I-5 freeway especially going south. But in this particular case, you need to be in the really southern portion of South Salem, like in South Gateway. That'll put you really close to the I-5 freeway. Now, if you're moving to Salem and you're looking for large homes with large properties, and you've got a pretty good sized budget, $1 million plus, then you may want to consider these two next neighborhoods. You have the Illahee Hills Estates and you have Croissant Mountain. Now, we'll start with Illahee Hills, and this is really tucked away, secluded along River Road, where you're going to find kind of a mixture of properties that are golf course community properties for the private golf club course there. Now, you don't have to join the golf course here when living in the neighborhood, but it is available to you, and it has a really cool pool area, clubhouse, and a great golf course if you really love golfing. So again, you have homes right along the course. You've got hillside property, which has beautiful views of the valley and the downtown area. And you also have an area where it has like acreage property, where you don't necessarily have to feel really close to your neighbor. You've got really large homes with acres surrounded by you, which a lot of people are looking for when moving to Salem. It's one reason people are getting out of the city. They want more space. So if you want kind of more of that luxury living, then Illahee Hills is going to be right there for you. It's also really close to one of my favorite restaurants, which is Lively Station, Long River Road. If you want to be a little bit closer or closer to the downtown area in South Salem, you're going to be looking at Croissant Mountain, which is a little private road that takes you on up. And this is all hillside property with pretty spectacular views. This is also close to Nelson Park. But here you're going to find larger homes. You really do feel away from it all. You don't really feel part of the city or the buzz, but you're still close enough to enjoy all of the amenities. But beautiful tree-lined streets and super quiet up in the Croissant Mountain area. So if you've got the budget, you may want to consider these areas. South Salem is also home to one of the most unique neighborhoods that we have here, and that is Pringle Creek. This is what we call an agrihood, which is almost like a community-based living. You've got these homes. Now, I will warn you that you don't really have much land or lot to speak of, and most likely you don't have your own private backyard. But that's the point of this neighborhood. It's community-based living where they have a community-based greenhouse, community garden, community fruit trees, walking paths, and trails to walk through. They got community clubhouse, so it's just a really close-knit neighborhood where it's kind of this front porch neighborhood where you're on your front porch kind of hanging out with your neighbors with no real private backyard to speak of, but it really brings a sense of community when living here. How many times have I said community? Well, for this neighborhood, it really calls for that. So if you're looking for something like that, and the homes are not all that expensive and they're a little on the newer side. then that might be a good fit for you. But lots of options in South Salem. Now, you may be watching this video and wondering what neighborhood my family and I chose, and I will reveal that at the end. It may not be the right neighborhood for you, but it was definitely the right fit for us when moving to Salem, Oregon. So we're going to jump into another big geographical area in Salem, and that is the East Salem, Lancaster, Four Corners area. Now, most of this area we're going to be talking about is going to be east of the I-5 interstate freeway. Now, like South Salem, this is also going to have more of that suburban feel. The difference between South Salem and this area is that this is going to be a bit more affordable as far as Salem home prices go. It's going to be one of your more affordable areas in general when buying a home in Salem. This is also the area we're going to find a lot of our big box shopping and our outdoor kind of shopping and strip centers in the Salem area. This area is home to our only Target in Salem. There is another Target, but it's technically in Kaiser. So there are two Targets in the area, but this is the only Salem Target that we have. It's also home to the Willamette Town Center. We're going to have a movie theater. You're going to have big box shops like Best Buy, Hobby Lobby, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Sierra Outdoor shops. There's a Crumble Cookie. There's an Applebee's and some other casual dining foods and some other big box shopping like Foot Locker and Famous Footwear. Living in this area, you're going to become very familiar with the street called Lancaster. That's your main north-south street that runs through this portion of Salem. And this is where you're going to find a lot of your amenities and your supermarkets. There's a Roth's out there. There's a lot of casual dining along the street. One of my favorite dining spots is in this area of Salem. It's called the Yard, where it's these food pods. Think of like food trucks, except they're not really mobile. Yeah, they can be moved in and out of the area, but they don't move around. You don't have to follow them throughout the city. You always know right where they are. And they have these food pods that basically surround an indoor dining hall where you're going to find full bar and a lot of family style and a lot of dining tables. Now, these food, you're going to find all sorts of food here, from Thai food to Italian food, tacos, Greek food, you name it, it's probably there. There's about 15 different trucks there that will be serving. They also have one in South Salem, which I forgot to mention, which is called Beehive. They don't have any really indoor dining facilities, but they have tents and canopies set up. But there's about 10 to 15 food trucks there as well, serving all types of food. If you have kids, there's some good indoor activities. There's some family fun zones. There's a trampoline park. There's indoor playground and other indoor activities in this area. Oh, I also forgot to mention, I do come here because my favorite Big Five is out here. My Dick's Sporting Goods is out here, as well as Barnes & Noble. I know there's an actual Barnes & Noble. A lot of them closed down, but they actually just opened up a new one. It's a really cool spot if you want that book experience. Like sometimes I just like going in shopping for books, and you'll find that here in the eastern portion of Salem. Now, one of my favorite parts about this area is actually how close you are to some of the farms in the Salem area. Now, Salem is surrounded by farmland, countryside, and the Willamette wine country. But when you're living in the eastern portion of Salem, you're close to two of my favorites, and that's Fordyce Farm and Stuart Olson Farms. And the reason why I love these is because they have you-pick season. And during the spring, summer, and fall, my family and I love going to these places. We pick our favorite fruits from blueberries, raspberries, cherries, strawberries, and then we find apples and peaches and plums. And they just open up and you can pick however much you want. And it is the freshest, sweetest tasting fruit that you will experience. We love going there. They also have festivals and festivities throughout the seasons, especially during the fall, where they open up for great pumpkin patches and corn mazes and hay castles and all sorts of fun activities and music and food. And so during the fall, these farms really come alive. And I love that these farms open up to the community and the neighborhood. It's one of the reasons why we chose moving to Salem, is because we wanted that experience being part of the agriculture scene out here. So when you're living in this portion, you are super close to that. Also, if it's really important for you to be close to the Interstate 5 freeway, this neighborhood has you covered. So whether you're traveling again into Portland for work, or just like to go in for more entertainment, or in between Wilsonville or Woodburn, or if you're going south, either way, whatever reason you need to access the I-5 freeway, this is right there, easy access for you. Now, if you are looking for newer construction at a more affordable price, then the East Salem area is going to be for you as well. They are building a huge, massive new construction community right there in the East Salem area. Newer homes, newer build, they're actually still building. And so if that's something you're looking for, then you may want to consider this spot. Now, I will warn you, in these communities, especially in this area, they're building the homes really close to each other. You do have your own private yard, which is nice, but just know that your neighbors are going to be pretty close. But if you're looking for new construction at a more affordable place, then this area is hard to beat. There are two neighborhoods that will put you close to the downtown area. And now we're going to be talking about the neighborhood just north of the downtown area, and that's the Grant and Highland area. Now, it's somewhat similar to the Bush Park area that we talked about first in this video. The difference is this home is a little bit older and the homes are a little bit smaller, but still has that very unique charm and character of the bungalow and craftsman style homes. Now, it is a little less expensive when compared to the Bush Park area, but this gives you the opportunity to live just blocks away from all the downtown entertainment that I had mentioned. So if it's something that's important to you for work, whether you're working in the government buildings or just in the downtown area, or if you just want that experience where you're living close to more of the action in the downtown area, just to live that vibe and lifestyle, then this may be the spot for you. This also puts you really close to our sister city to the north, which is Kaiser. So this kind of sandwiches you in between the downtown area and Kaiser. So as far as amenities goes, you're right in the middle of it all. And it puts you really close to Kaiser Station, which is a newer outdoor big box shopping experience with all the shopping you can want, and also casual dining experience as well. Rumors are hearing that we have a Trader Joe's opening up in that area too. And like East Salem, it puts you really close to some family fun zones. So if you got family and young kids, you're really close to the Croc Center, which has some great programs and camps there for kids to experience. Indoor pool, which is really nice to experience year round. You're also close to Athletic Edge, which is a giant indoor playground, indoor golf course, and the gymnastics center there. So if your kids are into gymnastics or just want to get them introduced and exposed to that, you've got that right there in this neighborhood as well. And as I mentioned, if you want more charm or architectural character to your house, then you may want to consider the Grant Highland area, especially if your budget is a little bit lower than the Bush Park area. All right, we've made it to the neighborhood that my family and I chose. Now, this neighborhood is a little bit controversial and it's not for everybody. In fact, if you ask people in Salem about it, people kind of either love it or hate it. There doesn't seem to be much in between, but we absolutely love it, and it is West Salem. Now, let me start on why it's a little bit controversial. Now, West Salem is controversial because you've got to cross the Willamette River over, on a bridge, and this bridge is what causes all the excitement. People think that there's too much traffic on the bridge and it takes too long to get across the bridge to get in and out of West Salem. Now, if you're coming from a big city like I did, this is kind of laughable in many ways. There is very little traffic, and if there is traffic, it's only in the morning and in the evening in a very short amount of time. The one part where I will agree about people being upset about traffic is that if a lane is shut down or if there's an accident on the bridge, that will cause problems getting in and out of West Salem. And if you're someone that actually needs medical treatment or being close to the hospital, this may be something you want to consider. We do have fire departments on this side of Salem, so don't worry about that part. But it's a big point of contention. That's all I'll say about it. But we love West Salem. Now, we chose this area because we really feel away from it all. We really feel away from the city, away from the buzz of the downtown area. We actually feel more away from congestion and some of the lighter traffic that you're going to have living in Salem. And we just feel like we can breathe more, have a little bit more space, really close to the countryside and the Willamette wine country. So if you're into wine and you want to experience over 50 wineries and vineyards, then West Salem is going to be right for you. It's really a mix of older community, older homes, and newer construction. Now, I will say you got to be someone who loves hillside lifestyle, because most of West Salem is going to be hillside properties. There is a flat portion, kind of known as the flats, and it's right when you get off the bridge. And there's about 10 or so blocks of flat streets, and it's actually really close to all the amenities in West Salem. Now, when I say amenities, you have everything that you need living in the West Salem area. You don't necessarily need to go over the bridge for anything. We've got our supermarkets, Roth's and Vaughn's. We've got casual dining. We've got a number of restaurants. We have some shopping here. Now, I will say, if you want big box shopping and movies and all of that, then yes, you've got to cross the bridge. But again, no big deal. But if you want something that feels a little bit away from it all, a little bit more surrounded by nature and close to the countryside, then West Salem is going to be the right pick for you, as it was for my family and I. There's also some great parks in the West Salem area that my family and I love and take full advantage of. We've got Wallace Marine Park, which has some great open fields, open space, massive soccer fields, also a really cool baseball and softball complex. You've got Orchard Heights Park, which is a really nice neighborhood park with basketball and pickleball and tennis courts, playground, baseball fields, a little walking trail that has a creek that runs through it, and a number of other little small neighborhood parks with have little nature reserves and walking trails that once you go in, you kind of don't even feel like you're in the city anymore. Many of the homes here have views for days of the Cascade Mountains with snow-topped peaks. You have views of the downtown area, views of the valley, views of farmland, views of vineyards, views of anything you can want. And with these views, for me, that's where I feel like I get that breath of fresh air. I don't feel like I'm surrounded by homes or buildings. And not all homes come with these views, but I guarantee pretty much any neighborhood that you drive, as you're driving in and out of your neighborhood, you're going to have some sort of view, which again gives you that sense of space. Now, if you're looking for newer homes, West Salem is absolutely going to be the neighborhood for you. Not necessarily all new construction, but homes that were built in the last 15, 20 years for sure. And you also are going to find new construction. In fact, they are continuing to build homes right now out in the outskirts, about as far out in the city in West Salem as you can get before it becomes the county and the farmland areas. So new construction is an option at pretty reasonable prices as well. Many of the streets here are very peaceful to drive through because you don't have a lot of commercial buildings and shopping centers inside West Salem. Again, they're all mainly concentrated along Wallace and Edgewater, and that's basically right when you come off the bridge. But outside of that, it's all residential. So when you're driving through these streets, it is slower pace, it is quiet, tree-lined streets, beautiful tree-lined streets, especially during the spring and the summer. And it just feels different. So if you are looking for having some sort of escape, moving from maybe a bigger city or just wanting that lifestyle where you feel away from it all, West Salem's going to be the right pick for you. And the beauty about this, not only do we have everything that you really need here in West Salem, but you're only about 10, 15 minutes from wherever you are in West Salem to get across the bridge and into the downtown area. So we frequent downtown very often. And of course, we venture off into other parts of Salem as well. 20, 25 minutes and we're at Target or Costco or some of the other restaurants and shopping that we want to do. Really not a big deal. And for us, it's totally worth being a little bit away. That escape is totally worth it for us. Now, I should warn you, when you're living in West Salem and even parts of South Salem, if you're in the hills, you're going to experience a little bit of snow once or maybe twice a year. Not big dumping of snow. It doesn't last long. You're talking 6-9 inches of snow that lasts for maybe a couple of days. But it's something actually the whole neighborhood and community rally around. All the kids come out and they're running through the snow, building snowmen. And then being in the hills, you've got kids bringing out their sleds for a few days, going up and down the streets, finding the local parks and going down the hills on their sleds. It's a lot of fun, actually. I also love the community neighborhood 4th of July parades that we have here in West Salem. They happen in other parts of Salem as well, but West Salem really brings out the spirit when it comes to little July 4th parades in the little neighborhoods that we have here. Now, I mentioned West Salem is not for everybody, and if you poll people in Salem, people will tell you it'd be split right down the middle, whether they like it or not, mainly because they think the bridge is a pain to deal with or there's too much traffic. I can tell you from experience that is not a big deal. But it can be if one of the roads does get closed. It can be a little bit challenging getting in and out because it is really the only way to get in and out of Salem. There's 2 other ways, but you've got to drive 15, 20 minutes out of your way to cross the river again. So this is kind of it. Also, if you don't like the hillside living experience, then West Salem is probably not going to be for you. For us, it was though. So these are the main areas when considering moving to Salem. Hopefully this video helped you figure out what was the right fit for you. If you have more questions, absolutely comment below. I'd love to answer them there. And if you are thinking about making that move to Salem, as I mentioned, I am a local real estate agent who, just like you, relocated to the Salem area and maybe just like you from a larger city. But either way, my team and I are here to help with your move here and buying houses here in the Salem and surrounding area. Hit us up at the contact information popping up or in the description below. Looking forward to hearing from you. Check out some of my other videos if you want more detailed information about all of these neighborhoods and even more. Check out my Neighborhoods Explained video on my channel and hit the like button. It'll help me get this video out to more people like yourselves who are considering the move to Salem.